I am at the Kmart in Peachtree City, and this is the last 2 days this is going to be open. It's the 6th that it's closing up, and I'll see if I can get anything in here. A newer build in 1991, this Kmart was only 86,479 square feet and is located in Peachtree City, Georgia. As you can tell from the outside, this was a more unique design as it was remodeled back in 2009. About $7 million was poured into it to give it a more bougie upscale look, as Peachtree City is a much more affluent city within the Atlanta area. But as you can tell, it just looks like any other Kmart on the inside, minus Auto Center. Formerly located in there was a Olin Mills portrait studio and a K Cafe that was located to the left side when you walk in from the entrance. Unfortunately, I did not know that until months after I recorded this. As for anyone that was following the Georgia Kmart closings, this one closed up shop on January 6th, 2019. And as you'll be seeing, there's video coverage from both the a couple days before and a couple days after. And by this time on the 4th, most of the signage is completely gone, taken by collectors. Still a whole bunch of shelving, but picked up a couple good things. Not much left. Well, I made off with a couple things. Back belt, some tape, store stamp. And I'm going to be getting a lampshade when I come back here on Monday. It's going to be a long weekend. But you know what? It's worth it. I'll get no sleep. But here's to another adventure. So I wound up not getting any sleep like I predicted. As you can see, it's pretty quiet the day after the liquidation ended. Went back in, and under the guise of taking a look at other fixtures, I managed to get some footage Fixture sale of everything. It's barren as heck. And I did so pretty uninterrupted. Well, as you can tell from the background noise, my keys were quite loud, which was very unfortunate. But what can you do when you're trying to be stealthy with a phone recording, right? Right. But at that point in the day, I already picked up my checkout lane light, and I was very lucky because they did not actually reserve the lane light, say that it was sold and stuff, so I wound up getting there right before they threw all of this stuff in the dumpster. So instead of paying $20 for just one light lampshade, I wound up getting all 7. Which still taking up room in my basement at this point in time. Love to get rid of a couple of them, give them a couple collectors that might want them. So, if you want some, let me know. But yeah, since it was the day of the fixture sale, there really wasn't too many people in here. And really, there wasn't much for purchase that would have interested me. As you can tell, all that shelving didn't sell. And is probably still sitting in that Kmart if that place hasn't been repurposed yet, which I'm betting it hasn't. I'm planning to head back that way later this year to see how it looks like. And it was one hell of a drive, especially when I had to go from Mableton to, I think, Conyers? Or whatever that other one that was open during the liquidation sales. Which, at this point, there are no more Kmarts in Georgia anymore. Sure, there's a couple Sears, but from when I looked up on maps, the closest Kmart is somewhere in Tennessee, like 300 miles away or something. Like a 3-hour drive. Who's going to do that if you live in like Atlanta or Central Georgia? I'm not. Well, I might because I'm planning to head a couple states north for adventuring anyways. But that's besides the point. This was one hell of an adventure for this one because I get to see a pre-abandoned Kmart before they shut all the lights off. So now I want to thank y'all for joining me on this special adventure. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And click the bell if you haven't already. I'll be back with more adventures. And if you want to throw a couple dollars my way, there's the Patreon I have set up. Couple different tiers, one of which has a special shout out, especially to ones that pay $15 or more a month, and that honor goes to Chris L. Thank you for being a good supporter, and to my other supporters that have been there for the long haul. This really helps with being able to do one of my passions. And as I get ready to close this out, if you've been able to tell, a little bit of robot rock in the background, which I was surprised that, even though it's, yeah, Daft Punk, but at a Kmart that still had the music going after official operating hours ended. Pretty wild to me. And all but frosted over now. And as I wrap this up, I want to give a really special thanks to Retail World and Kmart World for having all sorts of information regarding Kmart, Sears, and the fall of retail. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have as much information about this place as I would right now. So thanks. I'll see y'all soon.